Welcome back to the On My Way podcast with Miss VickeyTooPretty. So let's go into talking about the Too Pretty collection, the new business you're about to start up.
Yes, I have this business that I've been privately working on called Too Pretty Collections. It would be a clothing line that would be a diverse clothing line. I don't want to give too much out just yet until I publicly launch it because, people are watching, people, future business owners, everybody's trying to get ideas, so I don't want to give out my good ideas just yet, but I'll say between now and November to look out for Too Pretty Collections. I know y'all know me as VickeyTooPretty, so it's something that will kind of, when you see it, you're like, oh yeah, that's Vickey.
I think I remember you posted that on your IG sometimes.
So I've been dropping like little jewels here and there, but I'm not giving the full details yet because I don't want nobody to steal it, of course. So yeah.
So what inspired you into doing clothing?
I've been into clothing actually since I was a little girl. My mom's mom, my grandmother, she used to make clothing, so she would use a sewing machine and make us dresses, little outfits, have us modeling for her. So that got me modeling and into fashion. So I do not know how to use a sewing machine, but I am creative when it comes down to fashion. So I can, work around some things, and it's always been a passion for me.
Okay, perfect, man.
I keep hearing this, girl. Like, what keeps this grind mentality? What keeps this grind going for you?
What keeps the grind going for me? See, if I don't do anything, I won't have anything. So I know people look at me like, oh, she's pretty, probably got this and that person do that and that for her. But no, I have a mind as well. I'm very strong-minded, and I can intimidate men if they're not as strong as well. So I'm not trying to get a man that would just, do whatever for me. I just like to do my own stuff. So, you can't drag me out the house like, Yvette or something, No, I got my own, baby. What you doing? So, I always try to have my own thing. My dad instilled that into me. You're a princess, you're a queen. Always have your own, stand on your own. So even if I do fall, I fell plenty of times. That's all I want people to know. It's okay to fall. You're gonna learn a lot from that fall. When you get back up, you're able to see things differently. So I'm humble, but I'm grinding.
I think the biggest thing about life, that's like one of my biggest fears is failure.
Yeah.
People think that means like big, you scared to fail. I'm like, nah, I'm not scared to fail. My fear is that I don't learn from the fails. I continue to make the same mistakes over and over again. If you don't learn from the failures, you'll be stuck in the same place.
That is so true. I was stuck in a cycle for so long. Like, I was going from April to October, either between a year and a half or 2 years out. The same type of patterns was happening, and I wasn't noticing it until that very last one. Okay, it did something to me, and it really had me, thinking, seeing life as what it really is and what's really important out here. So I wouldn't say I was materialistic, but you coming from Pensacola, you know how it is, like competition, So I always made sure I had the finest, the best things. I got a big place, or I'm traveling, doing all that, but it wasn't purposeful. Now I have a purpose for the things that I do, so grind is a little different.
Remember that P word? Last week?
One question I always love to ask on every podcast we do is, do you do what you do for pleasure, for profit? And then last week on our last interview with Jonathan Delaveau, Joshua introduced a new one, purpose.
Yes.
So where do you feel like with everything that you do, out of those three, what is it?
Now it's purposeful. And I would say before I was doing things for pleasure and things like that, because I kind of was a product of the environment. I went out here in the world, now I'm off. I'm in this city, that city, so I'm doing different things for pleasure and to kind of please other folks as well. So now everything's purposeful that I do. I'm not really after the income, the money comes to me. So when you have a purpose in what you do, really, when you're using your gift and you're purposeful, the money just comes to you. You may have a period where you're without for a while, but once you start using your gift and applying it to other things, other people, they're going to want to pay you for that.
So do you feel that the way a lot of celebrities are talking now, that at some point you have enough money?
Yeah.
And now it's time to start giving back?
Yeah, I do believe that, at some point, like Drake said, is there more? Like, what else am I supposed to do? Just keep buying things or whatever. That's where the purpose comes in. So if you're doing purpose-driven work, you'll always find ways to give back. So it doesn't matter if it's materialistic or money. You could just talk to someone and you done brighten up their day because you done sat there and talked to them for 5-10 minutes, whatever the case may be. So I always try to give back.
Yeah, I see that you just became a mentor.
Yes.
And I saw you back at our old stomping ground.
Yes. Good old PHS, home of the Tigers.
Emphasis on that word. Boy, high school, like the high school from Lean On Me, man.
It is old.
PHS, I went back there because honestly my sister had tagged me in a post saying they was looking for a mentor, and when I seen it I was like, you know what, I'm really interested in that. That would be something that I want to do, because when I am done my law firm, I want to have an outreach program that will help younger adults and kids that's coming up, to give them a positive, somebody to look up to. So at PHS, I know the environment. I know kids coming up hard. I know it's some little gangsters up in there. You feel me? But it's really they're part of their environment. They could be very educated. They could be, fashion people. They can know they can be future doctors, all this other stuff. But nobody instilled that in them to let them know you can still be gangsta boo or whatever, beautiful, whatever the case may be, but also be educated. So I just want to be, a positive influence for them, because I have a lot of people to look up to me. A lot of girls write me like, hey, I like this that you got on, or hey, I'm going to law school because of you, whatever the case may be. So I just try to be a positive influence for everyone.
How does that make you feel when you get somebody to reach out to you without you even knowing who they are?
At first, I was screenshotting them all the time. I was screenshotting them, posting it, but now it's something I'm used to, and now I understand, I would blur their names out, but now I just understand, like, I'm going to get that, and I'm supposed to get that. So when it comes, I look at it, I acknowledge it, I send them something back, but I be mindful that I have this audience that is watching me. So. And
does that keep you, I guess, not in check necessarily, but like
grounded?
Probably
maybe not even that, but I feel like, celebrities kind of go out and about and they just do outrageous things because they know they have an audience. Mm-hmm. But it's different. It's a difference between having an audience and having people who look up to you.
Yeah.
I guess more wise decisions in your business and personal life as well. Does it help you with making more wise decisions as you go on through?
Yeah. I remember I had a younger cousin write me, and at that time I was doing my promoting, and she was like, I'm gonna be like you. I'm gonna show you I'm a Freeman too. Whatever, our last name is Freeman. And she was saying, but the way she took it was she wanted to be in the fast life. She didn't get to see everything else.
She didn't see the work that you was putting in.
Exactly. All she see was Vickey's in the club, Vickey doing this. She don't know what else is going on, what else she needs to be. So it keeps me grounded that, hey, yeah, it's okay to have fun, but also show them the educated side of you. Show them everything else. Because the way I looked at it is like, social media is for me to just have fun, because I know who I am, but they didn't know who I was. So
they don't see the grind.
They didn't get to see the grind. They didn't get to see the hustle. They didn't see who Vickey was. So I had to give them a little bit more depth to me, to give them a little bit more to follow. And in your profession, do you feel like having that social media presence on both sides kind of helps you grow? Yeah. I feel like I grow no matter what. So it helps. Okay. Yeah, because I know there's a lot of celebrities today as well that kind of take away from the social media presence. You got like YG, he has 5 million followers, something like that, with 3 posts. Yeah, see, I'm not gonna lie, I did come off of social media a little bit. I still don't post as much. But that's because I started to see the industry for what it really was. Like I said, a lot of people are puppets on the string, and they're not who they really want to be. So I removed myself from all that for a little bit and took my own path. Now on my own path, I got a different type of audience looking at me. Those old people are still there, but these people actually want to be better, want to do something with their lives instead of just somebody telling them what to do. So I don't know. I just try to just be as much as I can on there, but I don't put everything, just because you have to protect yourself. Most definitely.
Do you miss me where you at? Come and get me, call me back. I admit, yeah, I've been cold. Loving